Good evening, I'm Ken Shockett this evening for Paul Majors.
And I'm Pat Harvey, and tonight we're remembering Joan Rivers, the comedian well known for her quick wit and sharp tongue. CBS 2 entertainment reporter Suzanne Marquez joins us in studio now with a look back at her life and career. Suzanne?
Pat, Joan Rivers lived her life on stage, doing what she did best, making people laugh with her over-the-top style. She was never apologetic and bent all of the rules.
The only child that I think I would have liked ever was Helen Keller, but she didn't talk.
Joan Rivers changed the face of comedy.
Can we talk?
Her catchphrase, "Can we talk?" opened the door to her raw style of humor.
This is my career. My humor is truly stripping everything bare. And very often you have to say to the audience, oh, come on, can we talk?
Born in 1933 in Brooklyn, Rivers planned on being an actress, but later realized she could make more money doing stand-up.
At night, when I'm undressed, my husband looks at me and mentally dresses me.
Rivers would go on to be the first permanent guest host of The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson. She left NBC in the mid-'80s to host her own rival show, The Late Show starring Joan Rivers. Carson never spoke to her again.
It's The Late Show starring Joan Rivers.
The show only lasted one season, and Rivers faced her darkest days. Her husband Edgar killed himself, and while picking up the pieces, she found a way to reinvent herself. She penned 12 books and became a top-selling jewelry and clothing designer on QVC.
I am in love with this.
She was a comedy legend and opened the doors for comedians today. Her brash, unapologetic style gave everyone something to laugh about.
Joan Rivers is the word legend gets thrown around, sometimes too easily, but in this case, she's a national treasure.
I can't even remember a time when Joan Rivers wasn't around in my life, and I just met her at the first episode of Jimmy Fallon, and she couldn't have been cooler or funnier.
Rivers worked until the end doing what she loved, from her red carpet commentary on East Fashion Police to her reality show, Joan and Melissa, Joan Knows Best.
Hello?
Hi, a YouTube web series in bed with Joan and performing stand-up.
The stage, I feel I'm every woman striking out. It's always been me from the very beginning. Always fighting, why are you doing this to women? Why are you doing this?
Joan Rivers will be laid to rest on Sunday in New York. She was 81 years old. Suzanne Marquez, CBS 2 News. Pat and Kent, back to you.
And Suzanne, late-night talk show host David Letterman released a statement this afternoon about Rivers, calling her a pioneer. He said, in part, talk about guts. She would come out here and sit in this chair and say some things that were unbelievable, just where you would have to swallow pretty hard. But it was hilarious. The force of her comedy was overpowering.
Heartbroken fans are fondly remembering Joan Rivers as a woman who did indeed break barriers. Our live team coverage continues now in Hollywood with CBS 2's Christine Lazar, where they're paying tribute at her star on the Walk of Fame. Christine?
Well, Ken, she got this star here on the Hollywood Walk of Fame 25 years ago. You can see fans now covering it with flowers. Those who love her remembering her as a comedic icon who ruled the red carpet.
I've watched her for 30-plus years on TV and on shows, so I love her.
Fans of all ages.
She's been around since I was a kid, and from all over the world.
Joan Rivers is also a big deal, big stuff in Germany. So I'm very shocked and I'm very sad.
They stopped by Joan Rivers' star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame to pay their respects to the 81-year-old comedic legend.
I loved her fashion sense and her zeal for life. She was a no-holds-barred kind of person.
She was just so blunt and honest about everybody, and everybody kind of just let her be blunt and honest.
I think she will just say anything, and she's not afraid to say anything, and people just love that.
It was her sharp tongue and quick wit that was remembered by the president and CEO of the Hollywood Chamber of Commerce.
She had her style, and she stuck with it. Yes, she had a brash style, but that was her persona.
The chamber left brightly colored flowers on Rivers' star. The message, now you will have a new stage on which to perform. Rest in peace.
She was actually could be considered a pioneer as far as women in television, and she didn't let things get her down when she had setbacks.
A legend to her longtime fans.
I think she's one of the best female comedians out there.
One who won't be forgotten.
It's fair to say there was only one Joan Rivers, and never will be another.
And obviously it's a sad day out here, but there were some jokes. The head of the chamber said when Joan Rivers got her star here, that the announcer accidentally called her Joan Collins. She didn't get upset, she didn't miss a beat, she laughed it off and told the joke. Live in Hollywood, I'm Christine Lazar, CBS 2 News.
Christine, thank you. Do stay with CBS 2 for more on the life and death of comedy icon Joan Rivers, known for being brash. Those close to her also are remembering her softer side. We'll have that part of the story coming up later right here on CBS 2.
Pretty good century for one, Mr. Carroll. 2 national championships, even though they took one away. NSC, a Super Bowl, and a big start tonight in the quest to do it again. Seattle dominates in the 2014 opener.
Yeah.
By a score of 36-16. Coming up next, the Volkswagen post-game report after these messages.
I like to say R.I.P. to Joan Rivers. She was a funny lady. I remember my auntie used to always watch her, like, when I was a kid, she would watch her stand-ups on TV shows, like on late night television.